So over the last lectures, I showed you a lot how you can get data. Now, of course, I also want to show you how you can post data to a server. And for that, we got the add a post area here at the bottom. It's managed by the new post component, which is a class-based component which manages its own state and hence isn't a container because we're not passing or distributing the state to any other components. And now I want to hook up this add post button to essentially send a post request to our dummy backend. For this, I'll first of all add a method, the post data handler or post handler if you want to do it. And in there, of course, I need to use ajax. Now, first of all, let's hook this method up by adding the on-click listener down there, this post data handler. And now let's import ajax so that we can send a post request. Now, sending post requests still uses the ajax object, but now, of course, not the get method, but the post method. The post method still takes a URL as an input, and for our dummy backend, we can simply use the same URL we used for the get request. It also accepts post requests. Now, a post request needs more than the URL though. It needs a second argument, which is the data we want to send. Because obviously a post request without data doesn't make that much sense. The data I want to send is a JavaScript object which contains title, body, and author of a post. So I'll create a new constant which should be a JavaScript object. And there I will set a title to this state title. I'll set the body to this state content. And you can of course choose any properties you want here for that object. And I will set the author to this state author. Again, you can add more, you can expand this form here at the bottom, of course. Then I will set post, this constant here, as a second argument to the post method. And of course, this is just called post because what we're submitting is some data about a post. You can name this whatever you want. You can also name this data. Now you can also pass a third argument to configure this request, but we don't need that here. Important for us, this of course is a JavaScript object, but ajax will automatically basically stringify this, so turn this into JSON data. It will do this for us just as it extracted JSON data in GET requests for us too. And now this also of course runs asynchronously. We can listen to the response just like we can do it for GET requests, and we can print it to the console here. Now let's try this out. Let's save this. Let's open the console and let's enter some content here. This is some test content. Maybe switch the author to menu and hit add post. And here's the response. Status text 201, which indicates that it was successful. And now that dummy backend here won't store the data, of course. It just returns the data in the response so that we can see that we did send it successfully. And looks like we did. This is the data we did send. Again, for a real server, of course, for your own server, you probably have some logic on the server to then also store this in the database. This is how we can post data. That is all that's to it. Just exchanging the word here, the name of the method, and passing the data as a second argument. And now we can also send data to servers.